Just when Ichabod Crane almost got to the other side of the bridge and thought he was safe, the headless horseman then raised his fiery hand and threw the pumpkin he was using as his head at Ichabod. The next morning, there was no sign of Ichabod, just a busted pumpkin at the edge of the bridge.
Oh, really? That's a lame ghost story. Is that the best you got for the night?
Okay, Jenny. You know, if Susie catches you with your hand on her boyfriend again, that you're going to be our next ghost story, right?
Oh, Carly, I don't mean anything by it. It was all just in fun. And besides, I don't think Charlie seemed to mind, did you?
When did this become my fault?
Okay, I thought we were telling ghost stories here, not painting place in Realin.
We are telling ghost stories, but I don't know what you're doing over there telling that Sleepy Hollow crap. Hey, have any of you heard of the Fifth Hollar?
Duh! We all live here. We've all heard the story of the Fifth Hollar.
I'm not talking about the ones our parents used to tell us to keep us from playing in the mines. I'm talking about the real story, the one only a few people know. I got this straight from Annie, and she should know. It involves her dad.
Like Annie's gonna tell you her life story.
Oh, okay, you're right. I didn't get it from Annie. I got it from Susie, who's the next best source.
Excuse me, but I'm not from here and have not heard the story about the Fifth Hollar, so what is this about?
Okay, so we all know about the mine's long history of accidents, cave-ins, explosions.
Just skip all the stuff that we already know about the mines and just get into the good part.
Alright, I'll just tell the history that's important for Jenny to know. Back in 1946, after World War II, when the U.S. was desperately in need of coal and energy, there was a mine cave-in that trapped 48 miners underground, all except their foreman.
Ooh, scary. So I'm guessing 48 miners now haunt the mines down there. Should I call Dean and Sam Winchester to clear them out?
Monica, stop being a jerk and let Charlie tell his story. Go on, Charlie. I want to hear.
Anyway, before the mine caved in, the foreman was said to have seen a man that stood about 6 to 7 feet tall. At first, he thought the man was another miner that had escaped. But as the figure started toward him, it let out a screech that made the foreman cover his ears and crumble down to his knees. That is when the foreman noticed the figure was almost transparent, and its eyes were glowing white. Then, just as the figure got close to him, it disappeared.
So what happened to the 48 men?
They tried to rescue the 48 miners, but by the time the rescue team got down to them, they were horrified by what they saw.
Quiet. Somebody, did anyone hear something behind us?
Matt, by the time the rescue team reached the miners, they were horrified by what they saw. The miners' bodies were all twisted like pretzels, and their faces frozen in fear. Throughout the years, there have been many unexplained accidents at the mines, causing the miners to shut almost all of them down, except for Fifth Hollar, where the 48 men met their death. It is said that the Soul Taker was seen before every accident.
What does that have to do with Annie?
Now this is where Annie's story starts. In 1966, the Soul Taker was said to have been seen inside the mines. The Hensley family had just sat down for dinner when the mine emergency whistle went off. Frank Hensley, Annie's father, was the foreman for the first shift. When he heard the whistle go off, he immediately grabbed his lantern, pickaxe, and shovel and headed off to the mines. Annie and Alan were following behind him. He had just entered the mine when the next explosion went off. His body was never found.
That's so sad for Annie. No wonder why she doesn't talk about her family.
Yeah, but that's not all that happened that day. Annie and her brothers were at the mouth of the mine when the second explosion happened. Rocks fell on top of them, knocking them both unconscious. When Annie came to, she claimed to have seen the Soul Taker's glowing white eyes.
Oh my god, they're lucky they survived.
So, the legend has it that the Soul Taker comes to claim a new soul every 10 years since the mine cave-in of 1946. But Frank was the one soul he never got. So, if you're ever walking out by yourself at night near the Fifth Hollar, you'll see Frank Hensley's ghost still running into that mine trying to save those trapped miners. And then suddenly, you'll hear the same emergency whistle Frank heard just before the Soul Taker appears.
Well, I guess that was an alright ghost story.
Hey, what's that over there?
There's nothing over there.
What are you trying to pull here, Charlie?
What in the world was that?
Oh my gosh, it's Frank Ghost! Oh my god!
Gotcha.
That was a great story without the lame move added to it.
That wasn't a lame mood. I am a visionary.
I think you need to get your eyes checked.
It was better than that headless horseman story.
Hey, it's getting late. I want to get going home. Jenny, you want to ride with me?
Sure, I trust you a lot more than someone using apps to help him with the ghost story.
Hey, it's just like Hollywood remaking all those old movies. Technology is amazing.
There's a cold, cold wind blowing here tonight. A chill in the air. Honey, something ain't right. I see the writing on the wall, and I hear the bell toll. But Lord, it's so hard letting go. I can close my eyes, hear all I see. Your haunting voice tortures me. Touch these walls, yeah, memories flow. Lord, it's so hard letting go. Lord, it's so hard letting go. Lord, it's so hard letting go.
I had an amazing time at the bonfire last night. I've been so blessed to meet you and Susie ever since my dad and I moved down here.
Yeah, me too. We have so much in common. We like Johnny Depp, and our birthdays are both in March. We're in the same grade, and of course, the Johnny Depp movies.
Basically. You know, it's been different without Susie around. I think last night was our first gathering without her here with us.
Speaking of last night, even though you were just kidding by putting your hand on Charlie's knee, if Susie would have been there, you would have been our next ghost story. The two of them have been together since the 6th grade.
Well, you know what they say, while the cat's away, the mice will play.
Yeah, right.
Oh, come on. I was only kidding. And besides, Charlie and Susie are meant for each other. And Charlie's not really my type anyway.
Yeah, I've seen you in church staring at youth pastor Lee Daniels. Don't you think he's a little bit too old for you?
Hey, I like older men. And besides, he's only about 5 years older than us.
I think you're just wanting something that you know you can't have.
Which makes him even more appealing.
Well, hello there, girls. So how are you all faring this beautiful day today? You couldn't have maybe a dollar or so that I could borrow. So I haven't eaten in a couple of days. I had some money, but I've got to find a hole in my pocket. I don't have any money yet.
Here you go.
Thank you so much, honey. I surely appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Hi, Dad. Yeah, I'm just hanging out with Carly from school. Okay, I'll be there right away. Bye, Dad. I'm sorry, my dad needs me home right away. 7 o'clock meeting still on tonight?
Yeah, remember, I'm buying the tickets and you buy the drinks and popcorn.
Yeah.
Hey, Agent Lewis. How's your morning going?
Oh, the same as yesterday and the day before that. I come in, I sit, and I get the report and wait for an assignment. But I I have been going through some of the old cases to kind of get a feel of Louisville, so maybe that'll help me out a little bit.
Well, your boredom may have just ended. Director Barnes wants to see us right after the reports this morning.
That does sound like that might be a good possibility. You know, I've been dying to get out and see what all Louisville has to offer me. You know, crime-wise.
Yeah. Now tell me, what brings you from Langley down to Louisville anyway?
Well, you know, to make a long story short, I really wasn't been given any opportunity to get out and partner up with anybody for the field. I was just mainly on the desk.
Now that makes no sense at all to me. You see, I've looked at your training records, and you're the top of your class, you're the best shooter in the class, and you were the best as far as those practical training sessions.
Well, let's just put it this way. No one wants to be responsible for telling the director of the FBI that his little girl was killed in the field. So getting paired up with a partner was pretty much a burden. I just asked for a transfer when everyone came available, and now here I am.
I can see it'd be difficult working under those conditions.
Yes, it was. I seemed like any chance for advancement for me there always seemed to be squashed. It was almost like I didn't even deserve a chance. But I am hoping that Director Barnes will be more open to utilizing my skills than where I came from.
Deputy North, I need to talk to the sheriff right away.
Just
I
slow
think
down.
Jimmy's missing. It's an emergency.
Just slow down a little bit, young lady. There's no one else here. You're going to have to talk with me, okay?
Gigi's missing. I just know something bad has happened to her.
Carley, what makes you think she's missing? Her father hasn't been in here to report her missing.
Ginny wasn't at school today, and she wasn't at the movie last night that we plan on seeing all week. It's our routine. We haven't missed a Sunday movie since she moved here.
Now just hold on, Carley. That doesn't mean that she's missing. Have you been by her house? Have you called her cell phone?
Yes, I've done all of that. I've tried calling her dad. It's only the two of them. We're best friends. We tell each other everything.
How about her boyfriend? Any trouble at home or school?
Mark, why are you wasting your time asking me these questions? I know she's missing, and I know something bad has happened.
Carley, these are all questions that I have to ask to fill out a missing persons report. I have to look at any and all possibilities. Now, when was the last time you saw her?
Yesterday around noon. We were walking out by Main Street, and her dad called and said that she had to rush home. She would have called me if she had rushed.
Carley, honey, I know you're upset, but I need you to stay focused. Can you give me a description of what she was wearing when you last saw her? And would you happen to have a photo of her?
Here, I brought this picture of her just in case you asked for one. She's about 5'8" and weighs about the same as me. She has dirty blonde hair and blue eyes. The sweetest smile and the kindest heart.
Carley, honey, just give me a minute. Let me finish this report. Then we'll take a drive over to the Wells' house, check the house out, see if maybe something might have happened to prevent them from answering the door or answering the phone whenever you went by there earlier. Carley, is that Mr. Wells' car there?
Yeah, it is, but it was here earlier and nobody answered.
Mr. Wells, it's Deputy Mark. Are you at home?
Jenny?
Can't you get in somehow?
Carley, I can't very well kick the door in.
Oh, I know where to keep the hidden key. Ginny showed me one day whenever she locked herself out.
Carley, I want you to wait out here. If anything happens, I don't want you getting hurt. Carley, there was no one home. There's no signs of forced entry, but there does appear to have been a struggle inside the house. I'm going to take you back home, and I'm going to go to the office. I'm going to enter her, contact dispatch, and have her entered into NCIC as a missing person. I'm also going to contact the FBI and report the two people missing.
Agent Richards and Lewis, come on in and have a seat.
Hey, Joe. How's it going?
Well, let's just say it's a good day when one wakes up in the morning.
Now that's a positive outlook, Director.
Yes, I learned that years ago. Helps keep my blood pressure down. We have a new case, and I've assigned it to you two.
So what part of Louisville is this case in?
Agent Lewis, just because we're a Louisville office doesn't mean it's going to be somewhere in town.
Yes, Director Barnes.
In Agent Lewis's defense, sir, she's been studying all the crime waves around here in Louisville to find out where the heaviest parts are.
That shows initiative and ambition. I like that. That's why I put you two together. Agent Matt here is the most seasoned agent. That way you can put your feet to the ground and get running.
Thank you, Director. Looks like this is a missing persons case in the town of Realin, Kentucky. An 18-year-old female and her father went missing just a little under 24 hours ago. FBI's already involved?
No need to quote me the policy, Lewis. Realin is a small town and has its own customs. Listen to everyone and trust no one. There's been a mystery that surrounds this area for years.
Well, sounds like you know this town, sir.
Luckily, we got this one early. Every minute counts. Everything you need to know is in the file. You can read it on your way to Realin.
Missing person director? I'm not sure I'm the right person to be able to handle this case, especially after the last one that I went through.
Agent Richards, that's exactly why this is your case. You know every little backwoods and nook and cranny in Kentucky.
Director, I think it would be better for Agent Lewis to...
Matt, you have the highest success rate in this office. You take the lead and show Agent Lewis the ropes.
Joe, I retire in 294 days. I was hoping that I could do something, you know...
In the field where you belong, this girl needs the best. And you're it. Agent Lewis, you're dismissed. Agent Richards needs to stay a little while longer.
Yes, Director.
Yes, Director Barnes.
Lewis, you work hard and you'll be appropriately rewarded. There's no favoritism here. No one gets pampered, no matter who their father is.
Thank you, Director. I'll do my best to meet your expectations.
Matt, Raelin has a strange history, so don't be surprised when something strange happens. Most importantly, watch each other's backs.
Joe, I've got this. I'll be sure to keep our guard up no matter what happens. Don't worry about living up to expectations. You just got to keep me around for 294 more days.
I'll do my best to do that. I'm going to run to my locker and get a few things, and I'll meet you in the lunchroom. Is that okay?
I'll tell you what, I'll do one better than that. I'll go ahead and sign us out a car, and then I'll meet you up front.
Sounds great.
Come on, Carley. You know Susie's the only one for me. I would never do anything to hurt her.
Oh, I know that.
So what's the long face about? Susie's on her way home. Jenny and Monica are about to show up here. I mean, I rarely see the four horsewomen apart from each other.
Jenny and her dad are both missing. I went to Deputy Mark today around lunchtime, and he's filling out a missing persons report with the FBI. I hope they're okay.
How in the hell did you get around Alex? He's there so much he practically lives there.
Oh, Mark was not the only one there when I went there.
Well, you have good timing. Deputy Mark is the only one in that whole office that I trust.
I hope you're right. Everyone at the sheriff's office is so nice to me. I trust them. Why don't you?
Carley, you trust everyone. I trust my gut. And that's why I don't trust as easily as you do. That's going to get you in trouble one of these days. You don't think Jenny and her dad could have just gone out to their house in West Virginia?
She never mentioned it. Even if she did have to leave, she would have told me, even if it was last minute. We're always talking on the phone or texting or on Facebook with each other.
Yes, Susie did mention the four of you do those sort of things together. I feel lucky when she'll spend any time with me. I feel like I have to make an appointment.
Oh, we really aren't that bad. I bet you're happy Susie will be back home tomorrow. I told her about you letting Jenny put her hand on your knee. She says she's got something for you.
Oh, I totally forgot about Jenny doing that at the campfire the other night. You know, the Hollar has been pretty quiet lately. Wonder if there's any truth to that old soul-taker story.
It's only a story. I wish Jenny and Susie were here. I feel so much better.
Well, Lewis, what do we have in the files on this case?
Looks like we have an 18-year-old female and her father. They were both reported missing by her friend. And she was last seen by that same friend on Sunday, which is now about 26 hours ago.
Yes. Director Barnes wants us to get on this case and get it solved as soon as possible.
Understood. And it also says that she is a senior in high school. She's an honor roll student. She's active with the church and Volunteers of Humane Society.
Sounds like an outgoing person. What was the name of the friend that reported her missing?
Miss Carley Monroe was the one who reported her. She's also 18 years old, and they go to school together, and it appears that they're in a lot of the same activities together.
So, we've got an 18-year-old reporting another 18-year-old missing. Well, what else do you have in the file?
Let's see. The deputy was a Martin Moreland, and he took the missing report from the girl. This is strange, though. There's nothing in the file about the father. Just the girl.
Well, you know, that's odd. Director Barnes gave us this case, which refers to one missing person. And he must have given the other case to another team for missing people. What else does it say in the file?
Yes, it also says that the Wells family had just moved to town about 6 months ago. I don't think that's very relevant, though, do you?
You see, most of the details, whether they're small or large, are very important to the investigation. You know, most of my missing people cases, we find them before because we pay exact attention to those small little details. Like I said, whether they're small or they're large, either one.
Now you're starting to sound like Sherlock Holmes.
So, I guess that makes you my Watson. Is there anything else about Realin in that file?
No, but I can Google it. Give me just a second. Looks like Realin, Kentucky has a population of about 5,062 as of the last census report. It's located in the Appalachian Mountains and was at one time a mining town until the last mine closed in 1966.
Okay, this is a small town, which means that probably people have to leave here to be able to find work. You know, see, in a town like this, everybody knows everybody. And that might go to us being able to solve this case a lot quicker.
You know, my thoughts exactly. Somebody in this town has to know something. I think Director Barnes was right when he told us that we would need to keep on our toes and watch each other's backs.
GPS says we're about 15 minutes out of town. I guess we need to give Deputy Moreland a call so that way we can get together.
Hello, Deputy Mark Moreland here. How can I be of service?
Deputy Moreland, this is Agent Richards. We're getting real close to Realin now, so I wanted to see if there's any way that we could get hooked up maybe in the morning.
Yes, Director Barnes called the office today and told us that y'all were going to be in town. I've been here waiting at the hotel for about an hour or so.
Well, okay. Agent Lewis and I will be there in just a few minutes.
Okay, I'll see you then. Bye.
What's going on?
Deputy Moreland's already at the hotel. I was hoping we could get hooked up somewhere to get something to eat, but I guess the clock's ticking.
Welcome to Raelin. I'm Deputy Mark Moreland.
Good evening, Deputy Moreland. I am Agent Richards, and this is Agent Lewis from the FBI. We're here to assist you and help whatever way we can.
Greetings, Deputy. We were hoping that we might could get a little bite of something to eat before we get started. It's been a long trip for us.
Hey, that sounds great. We could go over to the lounge, grab a bite to eat. We can discuss a plan of attack and trying to locate the wells. We need to try to do this ASAP. I've never worked with the FBI before.
So, Deputy Moreland, have there been any new developments at all since we were driving in? Anything you're aware of?
No. I gave away one traffic citation. It's been a pretty slow day.
Deputy, any chance for us meeting up with Carley tonight?
No, she's staying in tonight. She's pretty upset about her friend being missing. I can give her a call, see if she can come in maybe in the morning.
Just between us, I think that Deputy Moreland has had enough caffeine for the both of us.
I think he's just excited about working with the FBI.
You're probably right.
Okay, it's set. She's going to come in and meet with us first thing in the morning.
Well, gentlemen, if you all wouldn't mind, I think that I'm going to go on up to the room. Deputy, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise.
And Matt, I'll see you in a bit.
I'll see you in a bit.
Wow. Whew. If I'd have known that's the kind of partner I'd have had with the FBI, I'd have left this town a long time ago.
Now remember, your dad is in Langley.
I didn't mean any disrespect.
Well, who are you talking to?
Well, there's got to be some kind of closed circuit camera or some kind of feed to the director of the FBI.
No, I haven't seen Jenny, and that's just not like her. I'm meeting with Deputy Mark and the two FBI agents in the morning. I'm getting ready to go feed Lance his supper and give him a real good brushing. So you'll be home tomorrow sometime, right? Don't worry, I won't tell Charlie that you're coming home early tomorrow. Okay, see you later. Bye. Lance, I know something is going on around here, and I know it has to do with the fifth Hollar. Susie will be back tomorrow, and that's a good thing. Charlie isn't expecting Susie home till later on this week. He's gonna be really surprised. I really hope Jenny's okay, and her dad are just out somewhere. Lance, you're such a good boy and a great listener. I'm really scaring myself thinking about the stories of the fifth Hollar.